Welcome back to Autism Live. Joining us right now via the telephone, so you're gonna be able to look at a picture of her, but we've got her on the telephone, is Krystle Pulido. And she is the clinical manager designee from San Dimas for our CARD office, Center for Autism and Related Disorders in San Dimas. So Krystle, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
We're seeing your beautiful picture there. And Krystle, explain for the folks at home if they don't know what a clinical manager designee is. What do you do for CARD?
So I was previously a clinical supervisor for CARD, so I have my own caseload, and I was overseeing cases, training therapists and assistant supervisors and things like that. Now that I'm the clinical manager designee, now I'm overseeing the office in general, clinically. So we don't quite have another BCBA here yet, but once we do, then I'll be overseeing the BCBA who will be taking on the majority of the cases, because then I need to kind of also oversee some of like the office metrics and making sure that we're providing all the hours that we should be for our kids and things like that. So I take on more of a clinical and admin role as a clinical manager designee rather than just like a pure clinical role as I was as a clinical supervisor.
Yeah, it's one of the things, sometimes we get the opportunity on the show to talk about some of the really fabulous things at CARD, but I think this is one of the really fabulous things at CARD, that not only do you have your supervisor, who is the person who's designing your program, but that person has oversight, and that person has oversight, and that person has oversight. So you have a lot of experts on your case, which is a really wonderful thing.
Yes.
But today, Krystle is our expert, and she's answering questions that you guys have written into us online. So Krystle, the first question for you, which is a really interesting one, is autism a disorder that progressively worsens? For instance, if diagnosed as being mid-range, can it progress to severe or improve to mild?
So I think the first thing we want to remember about autism is that it's a developmental disorder. So there's specific milestones that are usually met at specific ages, anywhere from infants to toddlers as we get older. And so really what we want to look at is that gap between where the child who has autism skills are versus, say, a peer of their same age who's typically developing. So depending on how large that gap can get bigger as they get older, or it can get smaller as we provide treatment. So that's part of the big reason why that early and that intensive treatment is so important at such a young age, because the gap is so much smaller at that age. As you get older, there's going to be more skills, more things that get more abstract, so that gap can get bigger without treatment.
Which might appear to be worsening, but technically that isn't. It's just that you're getting further and further behind in your skill set.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other part of that question, it sounds like to me, can it progress to severe or improve to mild? Asking, if you are someone who has a deficit, can that be improved upon?
Yes, definitely. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, with ABA, we see it all the time. Especially at CARD, we've had kids who have lost their diagnosis because we've given, the treatment intensively enough and consistently enough that, they've learned those skills, whether it's those social skills or those executive functioning skills or those cognition skills that, can be really difficult to learn. They were able to learn it through all that practice and through all that therapy, that gap has disappeared, and that they're reacting to social issues and social problems and things like that the same exact way that their peers would be. So that gap just can disappear, and it can get smaller. And then again, like I said, without treatment, it can get bigger because life just gets harder as we get older, no matter how you look at it.
Absolutely. And keep in mind, you guys, I mean, when I think about 10 years ago when insurance was not paying for ABA, and that insurance in almost every state here in the United States now does pay, has a mandate that insurance must pay for ABA treatment for autism. That has only come about because ABA is effective. That otherwise, that was the thing that insurance kept standing on. We don't have to pay for ABA because there is no effective treatment for autism. And when there were hundreds of studies that showed that ABA was effective at improving autism symptoms across a wide range of kids, then insurance had to start paying for it. So keep that in mind when you guys are thinking about especially early intervention. Hey, thanks for watching Autism Live. To subscribe, click here. And if you'd like to check out some more of our videos, click here.